Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today I want to talk about adjusting your tiller. I get asked so many questions about adjusting your tiller and technical questions about recurves. And I'm going to say I probably let people down with the response. Don't touch it. That's my first thing. Don't touch it. I don't know why you're touching this stuff. Most people are at the beginner level. Why are you touching this? Because it doesn't make that much difference. Okay? I'm going to say that first off. Now, I'm just going to take these limbs out. They just clip out. Now, this is a Fivix. They're all different. They're like the limb clip-in section, right? So this week I got on a forum, this guy was like, Stephen Hand, giving me some abuse on something. Anyway, he broke this thing here. No, it's not a Fivix. It's another bow. It's a wooden bow. It pulled out. And I thought, well, how does this pull out? Because there's no pressure on this point. It pushes in. The limbs push in on it. Then it occurred to me he would have wound the limb bolt out while the bow was strung, and then when the limb pulls out, this thing would pull out, which is exactly what happened. So, of course, that's a warranty. Well, no, it's not. I want my money back because I broke this, and he said he broke it while the bow's strung. Now, you're going to think, well, you're probably going to think, what an idiot for winding the bow out while it's fully strung. Now, I'm going to tell you that's not the first time it's occurred, and it happens many times, and people always want their money back because it's like, I haven't told them. Do not adjust tiller while the bow is strung. Do not wind the bow down here while the bow is strung. Do not try and unstring your bow using these things here. Won't work, you will break it. You will break your bow. And I'm kind of, this sort of almost seems like common sense to me, but the level of stupidity is beyond me, and this is why I do these videos. And people do not expect, they don't accept when they make a mistake. They've got to pay for it, they return it as a warranty and demand their money back. Right, so tiller, tuning. So today a person emailed me and said, I've wound the limb bolts fully in, and then I've wound them out 3 turns on a bow. Is that the right amount? I don't know, I said. Now, in this particular bow, I could wind them fully in, and it will go right through. This thread goes right through, like right through. So I could wind this in fully, and it can basically pop out the other end except for the cap. Now, different bows are different. Some you can't wind through, some have got a bottom. I don't understand this reasoning. Now, you've got thread on this limb bolt here. There's thread in here. You've got to make sure there's enough thread left in your riser. If there's not, it'll pull out and it'll strip your riser, and you're going to want your money back because you're an idiot. Because you were an idiot. It's the way it is. You're going to want your money back because you made a mistake, okay? Why are you changing this? Why? I don't understand why you're changing this. Now, I'm going to tell you why you change your tiller. I'm going to say again, don't change your tiller. Now, I did this on my beginner recurve because I wanted the lightest poundage at 20 pounds, so I can go down to 22 after surgery. Okay, so that's why I did it. I wound it out, and I gradually wound it in as I become stronger. And you can say, well, that's great, I can do that, stop me buying limbs. Now, I'm going to say I was coming out of surgery, and I'm testing my body. For you testing your normal body, you will not be able to feel the difference between 2 pounds in physical weight, and your body will build up very quick to 2 pounds. Okay? So since the surgery, since I've started shooting again, I've gone from 20 pounds to 32 pounds in 2 weeks. Okay? For a normal person with normal muscles and not having surgery, 2 pounds will not be a thing, and that's what you're going to get out of the weight adjustment, 2 pounds. Okay? So let's say the bow's too heavy for you. Well, is 2 pounds going to make a difference? No, you need lighter limbs. Okay? 2 pounds will not give it to you. Okay? It will not be enough difference. You're not going to feel it. It's like going to the gym. They don't go, well, we've got 10 kilo dumbbells and we've got 11 kilo dumbbells. That doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist for a reason, because your body can't feel the difference. Building muscles, which is what this is about, you've just got to build. So shoot more arrows or shoot less arrows depending on the weight. That simple. If your body's fatiguing after 6 arrows, shoot 5. If your body fatigues after 60 arrows, well, that's as many as you can shoot. Next time, come out and try and shoot 66 arrows. Okay, that's the way the body works. Now, why would you want to adjust your tiller and should it be level? I normally have my tiller level just because it's simple. Okay. Now, the exception to that rule would be barebow, where you string walk, where you may have more power on one limb than the other because it's not level, because you're holding the arrow down here and things are not in symmetry. Now, if you're doing that, you're probably an advanced archer and you've watched a whole lot of videos about barebow archers who string walk and how they do it and how they set up their bows. You're probably going to have a more advanced bow than a basic bow, okay, because a basic bow with a little 19-inch hunting riser, you're probably not string walking that because it would make too much effect on the overall bow. You'll only do it on a longer target bow where it has less impact. Okay, so again, I'm going to say don't adjust your tiller. Leave it even, like make life simple. Now, there's going to be people who go, well, this is the center of the bow here and the arrow's up here, so therefore you should have it one way or the other. And I say this because it's like, are you a good enough archer to notice that? Are you? Because I would find that amazing. There are probably, I'm going to say, not even 10 archers in Australia who could notice that. And I don't even know if the top archers, the Olympians in Australia, do that. And maybe they do, but I'm going to say that has nothing to do with how good they shoot. What has got to do with how good they shoot is how many arrows they shoot every day and how much they work on form and technique and how much effort they've put in over a number of years. So if you think going, well, I'll go 1 pound heavier on one limb than the other is going to make you an Olympian, you've got it all wrong. Okay? So when you adjust your tiller, because you're probably going to because you won't listen, when you adjust your tiller, make sure there's enough thread in the riser because otherwise you'll pull it out. Do it when the bow's unstrung because it puts extra force on the threads in the riser, which can cause it to strip out because there's pressure, and as you're unwinding it, it's basically stripping out the threads, stripping out your riser. This is not a warranty claim. Okay, this is a piece of aluminium which they stick a thread down. That's it. It's a very simple machine. That's not warranty. Warranty is if this riser was to snap in half because there's some sort of fault in the materials. That's warranty. Very, very rare. And when I say very, very rare, I've had one riser crack in the last 10 years. And that's not a recurve, that's a compound. One riser in 10 years. So we're talking thousands, maybe 100,000 bows I've sold in 10 years. And one riser. Okay? How many people strip out limb bolts? And I'm harping on this, heaps. How many people try and wind down their recurves while the bow's strung and unstring the bow through this? Alright, so if you're going to make changes, I'm going to say again, don't. This is for minor tuning. This is what I say. For advanced recurve, let's say your arrows are a little bit stiff or a little bit weak. Wind it up or wind it down by one turn. That's it. If the arrows are out by miles, then you need different spined arrows. This is for minor tuning. Okay, it's my view on it. I know other people try and skip limbs by winding the bow up and then winding the bow down. Look, I think you're making your life too hard. Okay, the major thing is with a recurve bow to get your arrows to shoot out of the bow, which is hard. They've got to wrap around the riser. So once you've first off established your first set of arrows, when you get your next set of limbs, you see if those arrows work. If they don't, then you jump up to the next spine arrow. That simple, keep it simple. And then if it's too heavy or too weak, you can adjust your tiller a little bit. But I have the number of archers who adjust their tiller constantly does my head in. And what they're doing is they're not focusing on themselves, they're focusing on their equipment and blaming their equipment. Okay? That is the norm. Everyone blames their equipment and not themselves. And that's why I do these videos. And I'm going to say, I said to this archer that I've got 4 recurve archers in my shop. I'm going to say 4. Look, that being, you know, state level archers, national level archers, and they never do this. They don't. I've never done this stuff, and I say it all the time. I don't do this. I just grab the bow and go shoot. And then it's like I've got to shoot more. I've got to have better technique. I've got to spend more time shooting. I've got to build up. And in 5 years, hopefully you build up and hopefully you get better. Anyway, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Tiller adjustments, the basics. Do it when the bow's unstrung. Don't do this because you'll have massive breakages. Look, sometimes like this is steel, sometimes this gets damaged, but generally that gets damaged, the riser gets damaged, and then, you know, you'll claim a warranty and I get angry because it's like you're stupid and now you want me to cover the costs of your stupidity, and I get it every day. So anyway, tiller adjustment. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.